Israel is back at war. Is this a fulfillment of biblical prophecies? Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. And guys, we all see the news, Israel at war, and a lot of people, guys, are talking about the biblical prophecies, and I want to address that. So first, I'm going to give you the short answer, but then I'm going to get into my thoughts on that. The short answer is no and possibly. All right, so what do I mean? All right, so first of all, you got guys out there that every time an Israeli sneezes funny, they think that there's a prophecy that's attached to that. And oh my gosh, we've been hearing this for decades. That's a fulfillment. That's a fulfillment. I don't know. It's kind of hard to really gauge what could really be tied into prophecy. There are prophecies, and they will come true. Those that have not already been fulfilled, they will be fulfilled. But some people, like I said, are a little overzealous in assigning things to prophecy. So let me tell you, what do I mean when I say no and possibly? All right, so the fact that this war here, as it is right now, no, there's no prophecy that describes this. It's just an ongoing conflict. All right, now here is why I'm saying possibly. All right, I'm going to get into a couple of passages first. First one, Ezekiel 38, and this is talking about Israel, and it says, talking about Gog and Magog, and basically just it lists a bunch of surrounding nations, and it says, you will say, I will go up against a land of unwalled villages. I will go to a peaceful people who dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, having neither bars nor gates to take plunder and to take booty. All right, so what this prophecy in Ezekiel is talking about is these surrounding nations coming up against Israel, and at this time Israel will be at peace. Well, that's obviously not what's going on here, guys. Israel is not at peace. All right, now let me flip to another one. Now I'm going to go to Daniel. I've got a link to the video at the back. We have spent quite a bit of time actually talking about this passage and talking about the trigger at the end. So Daniel chapter 29, verse 24 through 27. This is really the key to the end times. I encourage you guys, take a look at that video that I've got linked. I'll explain all that in that video. So I'm not going to rehash it here. But here's the thing. The final 7 years, the end times, the greatest SHTF of all times, the time when all this prophecy will be fulfilled, that begins, and it's mentioned, so that begins with a treaty. And let me read this. They shall confirm a covenant or a treaty with many for 1 week, and by 1 week they mean 7 years, not 7 days. And again, I cover that in the other video. All right. So, but in the middle of the week he'll bring the end of sacrifice and offerings. On the wing of abominations shall one be desolate, even till the consummation which is determined. All right. So this is the final week, the final 7 years, and it begins with a treaty. All right. Now here's why I say possibly. What would it take for there to be a treaty with Israel that would make Israel at peace, a land of unwalled villages and all that? That's what we have to ask ourselves. What would it take? Well, we can see that just regular negotiations aren't going to do this. I personally believe, and I believe this from looking at how things have gone, and I personally believe that this type of peace will only come after a major traumatic war. Right? And let me give you an example. The 73 Yom Kippur War. The Israelis were really shocked at how Egypt just really caught them by surprise. And look at that, a few years later, that led to the Egypt-Israeli peace accords. That was major. That was really big. Okay. But to have total peace with Israel and its neighbors, I think you're going to need something bigger. So could this be it? It's possible that it could be the start. Here's what I'm looking for, guys. if this expands, you get Hezbollah to join in. The Taliban has talked about wanting to join in. They said if they can get free passage from where they're at in Afghanistan over to Israel, they will join the fight. All right. So if this really expands, Hezbollah, they got, what do they got? Like 150,000 high-tech, high-grade rockets. My gosh, it could be raining rockets on Israel. The devastation could be really severe. If it expands beyond Gaza, guys, I'm going to start to look at this as an event that could lead to this prophecy in Daniel, that could lead to a treaty which begins that final 7 years. All right. And the Apostle Paul, what's the Apostle Paul say? When they say peace, peace, then sudden destruction comes upon them. So you've got to have that peace first. What's going to bring peace? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. What is going to bring peace? I don't think the status quo is ever going to bring peace. It's got to be something major and severe that shakes things up, that compels people to make compromises, make adjustments that will bring peace. Now, there's other elements to that peace, and I cover that in the other video. But anyway, I just want to give you guys a short update on this Israeli-Gaza war, this Israel-Hamas war. And is it the fulfillment of prophecy? It could lead to it. It could lead to it. But as it is right now, I'm just not going to go there, guys. So, all right, guys, stay safe and stay prepared.